Revoice Podcast Network. The mic is ours. Hey listeners, welcome back to a Revoice Network original called Podline, where students like you can anonymously share your burning college-related dilemmas and issues based on the weekly topic. I'm your host, Kayla.
And I'm Caroline.
And we're both seniors attending VCU, so think of us as the big sisters you never knew you needed, who have been through it all and can give it to you straight. Now, you may be asking, where can I go to submit an issue I need advice on? Well, stay tuned to find out towards the end of the show. Now, for today's topic, we're going to be discussing our most requested dating. And I think that we can all agree that dating in general is completely different than it was before. And we have some statistics to back it up. Data from Pew Research Center has found that 47% of Americans say dating is harder than it was 10 years ago. And Caroline, I want to ask you, what do you think about this? Do you agree? Do you disagree?
I agree, and I have my reasoning. I think dating apps have completely changed how dating goes with everyone. And there are some more statistics. According to Gnuck's Must Know College Dating Statistics, approximately 20% of college students use dating sites or apps to find a partner.
That's so crazy. Have you ever used a dating app, Caroline?
Yeah, unfortunately I have. I hate them.
Yeah, I have too. I hate them as well. Some of the worst dates I've ever been on have come from dating apps. But me and Caroline have put together a Podline dating safety guideline. So we have 4 guidelines that we think you should follow if you use dating apps or if you're in the dating world and going on dates in person and stuff. So for the first guideline, we said that you should always meet in a public place on the first date, preferably during the day, but we know people get busy, so, that's just to be extra safe. During the day you can go get coffee, go to a cafe.
Go to a park or something.
Yeah, go to a park, walk your dog, something, you know? So preferably during the day is just a lot safer. And then for the second guideline, meet them instead of letting them pick you up. These are for the ladies. You always just gotta, don't let them pick you. I've let men pick me up before. So, not that anything bad happened, but just to be on the safer side, just drive yourself. If you have a car, drive yourself. If not, if it's walking distance, walk, take the bus, something. Just so that they don't know where you live. If something bad happens, I get paranoid, so I just think about stuff like that.
Yeah, me too. And then our next guideline is bring a weapon, which examples would be pepper spray. Mm-hmm. That's my go-to. Mm-hmm. Tasers or a hammer, maybe.
Yes, that's my go-to.
Anything to protect yourself.
Yeah.
And then our last guideline is during conversations, don't give out too much information. So if you're talking to the person you're on a date with, maybe don't tell them your mom's social security number or her birthday or your address or names of your siblings, maybe.
Right.
I don't know. Nothing too crazy.
Yeah. I feel getting personal is more for future dates, maybe third date type of vibe,
Yeah.
So just don't give out too much information too early.
Wait until you know them a little bit better.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay, so let's start reading these submissions. The first submission states, I was supposed to meet this guy for gelato. It said he was 6'3", and so I'm looking for a tall guy. I text him, hey, where are you? And says, I'm right here in a pink shirt. I'm standing up. I lower my eyes, and there he was. I walk up to him. He's shorter than me. I'm 5'5". I didn't say anything, but he was definitely not getting a second date. I tell him I want to go to a bookstore, so we meet over there. He's talking the whole time, and I'm like, dude. 5 minutes in, he says, hey, I gotta go, and daps me up. I literally am like, what? I just laugh and keep looking for my books. Okay, interesting submission. Yeah. I think the first thing that we want to note is just the height difference and how easy it is to lie on dating
and
apps.
how many men do it specifically.
Yeah, I'm like, what's up with that? Like, what's the
What's
reason?
the point?
Yeah, I don't understand.
If you're gonna meet me in person, what's the point of lying about your height?
Exactly, because I'm gonna see you, and I'm if anything, I'm gonna be upset that you lied about it.
Yeah.
So why not just tell the truth? And maybe next time, honestly, okay, I think I would do this only because like I just don't care. But I would have been like, you said that you're what 6'3"?
Why is there like a foot difference?
Right. That's also very bold of him. Now that I'm thinking about it, that's super
crazy.
bold of him. Like, why did you not think when making this dating app that you were going to be meeting people and like meeting them in person? Like, I don't understand. But like, okay, go off. Like, if you want to keep lying, just don't. Whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, men who lie on their dating apps are the worst. And then props to you though for meeting him there instead of letting him pick you up, because yeah,
yes,
that's one of our guideline rules. So
great. And good for you for not letting him lying about his height and being just weird ruin your day.
Yeah,
good for you for being able to laugh it off.
Yeah, Podline dating safety guideline approved.
Yes, 1000%. Okay, and for our next submission, this one just says, I went on a date with a guy that invited his real crush to join us.
That's it. That's the end of the submission. Wow.
Damn.
It's so short, but it's like, it still has a big impact. It's like, wow, okay.
That's really bold of that man.
Yeah. Very, very bold. I find it a little disrespectful, just because, like, what do you mean?
Especially, was there any, like, confirmation to...
Yeah, that was my next question. Like, what, like, did the word date come up in the conversation before you guys actually went out? Like, you know? But at the same time, I feel like it's just kind of disrespectful in general to invite somebody and then not tell me you're inviting that person.
That too.
That's, like, kind of...
1000%. Just not telling...
Right, not letting me know, hey, I'm gonna be bringing my friend along, you know, or something like that. I just feel like it's a little rude. So, sorry to you, bro. That kind of sucks. But you dodged the bullet, it looks like, because he seems pretty stupid.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. This one's kind of a long one, so buckle up. It was a first date, and it was right after I had just gone out of a long-term relationship, so I wasn't very emotionally available, but I thought it would be something fun to do. Anyways, I knew this guy through friends, but I had never seen him in person, and he asked to meet at this weird spot in the city, and I was already thinking, oh, it's kind of strange he isn't offering to pick me up, but whatever. So I met this guy under a bridge, and he is literally 5'2", which was definitely a shock. And then I asked him where he parked, and he was like, oh, I don't have a license, which is totally fine, but his behavior on the rest of the date makes those characteristics worse. So we sit down at this pizza place and start talking about our mutual friends. This guy starts talking in depth about his ex and how emotionally abusive she was, and gave me all these horrific stories about her cheating on him. I kid you not, this went on for like 2 hours. I had to drive him home and drop him off, and afterwards he kept FaceTiming me, not even texting, asking to hang out. And I would always have some excuse. I find out a year later he had told some of our friends that I was his soulmate.
Whew, that one was a lot.
That one was... There's a lot to unpack here.
Bad on both sides.
Yes.
I have to say, because... If you're just now getting out of a long-term relationship and you're saying you aren't emotionally available, I wouldn't recommend going on a date in the first place, even if it's just for fun.
No, I agree. Like, if you know you're not emotionally unavailable, don't go. I mean, you do you, but our best advice would to not even put yourself in a situation with, like, in a romantic situation, I should say. Well, listeners, it looks like we're out of time, but don't worry, we'll be back next week to give more advice. If you like this episode, don't forget to rate, review, and download the show, and check out our other Revoice Network original, Common Talk. Follow the Revoice Network on Instagram at Revoice Network, and to submit a response for future episodes, follow us at Podline_Revoice, where our Share Your Dilemmas Google form lives. Once again, I'm your host, Kayla.
And I'm Caroline.
And thanks for listening.